Everybody's patiently waiting for me to name you, chicken. I've got a lot of followers on YouTube, chicken, that want to know what your name's gonna be. Here, chicken. Let me pet you, chicken. Okay, what is up, you beautiful people? It is Monday here in Southern Ohio. I know you didn't get a video the other day, and I apologize. We got everything loaded up and was planning on going to the flea market on Saturday, and then essentially we got gully washed out on Saturday. Sunday was really no better, so I didn't even bother turning the camera on either day. I just kind of took some time and chilled with the fam, decompressed a little bit. But with all of that rain that has come in, I'm going to take a drive down to the river and see what the water looks like. I've got some fishing rods with me and a little bit of bait. We'll go see what that looks like. Maybe we'll do a little fishing today. I don't know. We're going to find out. But we're going to find out together. Oh yeah! Teamwork makes the dream work, baby. Let's go. All right, we made our way down here to where the White Oak Creek and the Ohio River connect. This is one of the little campground areas that they have set up where the creek meets into the river. Nobody's down here set up camping yet, so I took this opportunity to get out here and try to do a little bit of fishing before somebody shows up and tells me that you can't do that. Now, this is a cool little campground they've got set up down here, though. They've got, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 floating docks out here to where you can come out on small boats and tie off and just hang out. Just figured I'd try a couple plastic baits down here. Now, I've got some night crawlers in the car, but I guess technically I don't really have permission to be here. So I figure I'll just throw a few plastic baits and see if we can get any kind of action. And then we'll move on to someplace, somewhere, something different, something else, I don't know. All right, I think I'm gonna try I got one last bait out here we're gonna give a try. They wasn't interested in this bluegill. This guy right here, they didn't seem all that interested in that. They weren't all that interested in the worm. Let's see if they have any kind of interest in this baby whale. I tell you what, I've seen cats on other channels just absolutely kill it with these little baby whales. And for whatever reason, I have not had the luck that I've seen those guys have using this particular swim bait. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I just got that bad mojo on me. The wind is definitely whipping out here a little bit today. And it's not cold. Don't get me wrong. Definitely got a little bit of nip in the air though. We'll throw this thing out 4 or 5 times, 10 times, see if we get anything going on. Not looking very promising today anyway. But I've never really done any good fishing in the river. It's just never really been something that worked well for me. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, as a kid, I really never even fished the river. We always went and did pay lakes and things of that nature, so yeah. All right, I need to reel him just a smidge faster. The wind is definitely catching my bait though and helping me get out there a little bit farther. I think I need to add a little bit of bait or weight to that. I think it keeps wanting to come up to the top too quick. Let's get out there into some deeper water and see if it makes any difference. Yeah, I need to add a little bit of weight to that. That's almost it's almost behaving like a topwater bait. I'd like to get me a lighter weight rod as well, something with a little more. Now the action on this one just really doesn't really do much for me. We'll give it 1 or 2 more. All right, back in the car. Fished for probably a half hour, 25 minutes, something like that. No bites, no hits, no love. Let's see what else we can get into for today. So I figured since we were down here in the area, I would go ahead and stop by the old Higginsport School. This thing's been closed down for a very, very long time. Caught on fire over the winter time. And I am not going to go inside because it is marked private property, no trespassing, all over the building. And there was a fire in this thing last year. So I'd say she's not really safe enough for me to be going in there exploring. As much as I would love to. You see right there, the floor is starting to fail, so yeah. This would be a great place to F around and find out, wouldn't you think? I should have grabbed my phone and brought it with me. I could have gave you a little more history about this place. Maybe I can do that and edit. But yeah, like I said, this has been closed down for many, many years. Old coal chute. It's like that room is filled up with water, got a lot of water in it. Like I said, I ain't going in there. It's marked heavily as private property, so. And it seems like a great place to F around and find out too, so. Like I said, I would love to go in there and explore, but this town, this village, has one police officer, and he has nothing better to do than to come out here and see what the hell I'm doing as soon as somebody calls him. And this is such a cool old building, man. I would love to be able to go inside this thing. Like I said, it's just not safe. It's been sitting here abandoned way too long. Like I said, over the winter, I guess some kids got in here messing around and started a fire. So there's fire damage inside and 50 years of rotten decay. So like I said, it just doesn't make any sense for me to try to go inside this place. Between the law and the danger factor of it, wow, can kind of see. Oh yeah, and this is exactly why you can't go in here. Let me get this camera broke loose and I'll show you. Yeah, this is exactly why. It's just simply not safe in there. Now this room don't look too bad. And while that room didn't look too awful dangerous, there's no way to really know where them floors are gonna fail at. And like I said, I'm just not in a real big hurry to join the F around and find out club, if you can feel me on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. Like I said, I'll try to throw some information on this building in the edit. But if you want to do the Google on it, it's the Georgetown Ohio High School. It's been abandoned for many moons now. Easy to find out information on. There's a whole lot of information. This place was on the ghost hunters map for a while. You know, not that I don't think that it's haunted or anything like that. I don't really believe in that kind of nonsense, but there you go, guys. The Higginsport Abandoned School. Check it out on the old interweb if you guys want to find out more about it. Let's go get into something else. Today is the day that we find out about the Southern Ohio Trade Days event, at least as far as doing it at the Brown County Fairgrounds. I got a text message a couple of days ago asking me to come to their meeting on tonight at 8:30. I've got to go there here in just a little while. I'm actually on my way. But yeah, we're going to find out here shortly what the dealio is. Now, had they have went ahead and signed off on this when I asked them almost 3 weeks ago, I would have absolutely moved forward with this. But after 3 weeks of waiting on them to decide whether guns are going to be a problem or not, I'm kind of thinking right now I'm probably going to postpone this event until next year. My thought process is on it, had I have had that 3 weeks to start signing up vendors and getting everything and the ball moving and everything, I would have been much more confident coming into this event in August than I am just now. I mean, even if everything goes perfect and they say you can have the venue for the grounds for the last weekend of August, I've lost 3 weeks of prep time. I'm starting from day one, potentially tomorrow. And I feel less confident. I would feel a lot more confident if this event was announced in February or March and had several months of lead up time to be able to secure vendors. But I don't have that, and that's not going to happen. So I'm a little bit leery on jumping into this event with the amount of time that I have available to me to plan it with. Just like the hunting and fishing expos, I give myself almost 6 months to be able to get all of that in line and put it together and make sure it's done right. That's the key thing, is to do it right. If you're not going to do it right, then don't waste everyone's time, because you're not going to get the turnout. You're not going to have the organization. It's going to turn into a giant mess. And, you know, nobody wants that. You know, I've done this long enough. I've put on enough events to know that if you're not going to do it right, then you should just leave it alone. And I feel like this 3 weeks is definitely cutting into whether I'm going to be able to do it the right way or not. What they've got to say in here, I'm not going to record. So, you know, just bear with me. It's not going to be very long now. They start this meeting at 8:30. For you, it's going to happen like that. But for me, I've got to wait 20 minutes for this meeting to start, and we'll find out what's going on from there. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the show. We had to fast forward to the next day. When I got out of the meeting last night with the fair board, it was dark and very difficult to record. So here's your update from the meeting. They absolutely ended up loving the idea. They didn't have a problem with us doing private firearm sales or anything like that. Just wanted to ask some basic questions, make sure that I knew what I was doing and I wasn't just some schmuck trying to run some kind of hustle. But they're on it. But I did decide to go with pushing the event back to 2026. So the Southern Ohio Trade Days is going to happen, but it's going to happen the last weekend of August 2026. And the reason behind that is that I just simply don't feel like I have the proper amount of time to start planning an event in May that's going to happen in August. You know, it's 3.5 months to get everything together. And I just don't really feel like that's enough time. I want to announce this come February of 2026 and have the vendors be able to schedule their summer around my event instead of me trying to schedule my event around their schedules, if that makes any sense. But I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on that. I'm really not sure what today is going to bring. I do got to go up to the gas station and get some fuel for the mower and the weed eater so I can mix up some 2-cycle and finish doing the weed eating around the house. But I'm not really sure what else today might bring. So come on, hang out with me and enjoy the ride. But we're going to enjoy this ride together. Oh yeah, teamwork makes the dream work, guys. So I'll turn the camera back on tomorrow. I do have some ideas that I want to put into motion this week, maybe next week. For some fun video ideas. But in the meantime, be sure to live your lives to the fullest. Anything less is an injustice to yourself and every single person around you. I really would appreciate it if you'd hit the follow button, subscribe. A lot of the people that are watching the channel haven't hit the subscribe button. The channel is growing, but it can only grow bigger and faster if we all come together on it. So, you know, teamwork and that kind of stuff.